Welcome students. Today, as we very well know, this time the whole world defeat in their system and their work because of coronavirus. As we know that Janta curfew and other kind of lockdown system is now going on nowadays. But as we know, study is the basic thing of us. So let me start our study with the help of computer. So here today our topic is computer system. Here we are discussing about the computer system basic and its design. So the very first we are talking about basics and its design. What is the purpose of computer? First of all, the computer purpose in information technology. Here we are talking about the IT sector. IT sector, as we very well known, that we are the biggest sources of the world about IT sector. There's different of companies, headquarters are in India in different of manner. And what is the basics? The basic thing is that set of commands or instructions are called programs, and these programs are helping to run a computer system. But what is the computer? Computer is the mixture of three things, or basic three things are there when we call a system is computer. Computer, as we know, computer is multitasking, multi-oriented, multi-user, multi-purpose device. But how it convert into a multi-user, multi-purpose and multi-triangle? Like computer has three basic parts or three basic division. First one is hardware. Hardware is what? Hardware is a kind of device or instrument which we physically touch and use. So the first one is hardware. The second one is hardware. The second one is memory, because we very well known without memory computer is not much use as we use this time. And third one is software. As without software, what do we do? Because the software is group of commands or instructions. So here start with hardware. Hardware. What are the hardwares we required when we were discussing about the computer? When we discussing about the computer, we require some basic equipments or basic devices like input devices and output devices. Input devices means what? Whenever the set of instruction is provided by the user side and computer collect these commands, that is these are called input devices like keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. While whenever we are talking about the output devices are the devices which go through the help of instruction provided by the or result provided by the computer itself, like printer, speaker, monitor, etc. Now here we are talking about the memory. Memory is the basic need of the computer. Here two types of memory are present in our computer, like our mobile, our cell phone, laptop, all computer system. Here computer system, that means not we are talking about the desktop, we are talking about the laptop, mobile, each and every device which is in computing manner. Primary memory and secondary memory. Two types of memory are there. Primary memory like RAM and ROM. For example, in market we are going to purchase a mobile phone. First of all, we ask what is the RAM size of it. The shopkeeper said will say 4 GB, 6 GB, 8 GB, and we ask about the main memory, or we ask about the other memory, then it's called 64 GB, 128 GB, 256 GB. Likewise, we purchase the mobile. So here the same computer, primary memory. RAM and ROM are two primary memories are there. What are the primary memory? Primary memory are two types. First one is RAM and second one is ROM. RAM, random access memory. ROM, read only memory. We are discussing about this later. Now the software. The software, the main thing of the computer, because without software we are not able to do any operation on computer system. Software are of three categories. First one, OS. OS, that means operating system. Operating system. Whenever we open or switch on our computer, mobile, that time one software which applicable on the screen, that is called operating system. So that is OS. OS is responsible to do any kind of task or operation on computer. Second one is application. This time we also called what? Apps. Apps. This time we called apps also. Application software is a kind of software which kind of work we want to do, that is done with the help of application like MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, etc. The third one is utility. Utility means what? First our thing is, what is the utility? Utility means how to use a system or device very peacefully, very easily. So like just explain one example. Antivirus. Antivirus is a very good example of utility software. Antivirus help us to protect our system and use in a good manner. That is why it's called utility software. So these are the three ways: OS, application software, and utility software. So now we are discussing about the characteristics of computer. As you very well know, without the characteristics, the thing is not useful for us. Then why we use computer? Why the computer nowadays very famous in our day routine life? First, because of some of the measures, some of the advantages and disadvantages are provided here about the characteristics of computer. First one is speed. As we very well know, computer is a machine which do the work in very fast manner. Now generally we count the speed of the computer in GHz, gigahertz. We count the speed of the computer in GHz. Sometimes it also count in MHz. Second one is accuracy. As you very well know, the computer never done any mistake. So accuracy is its advantage of computer. Third one is storage. High storage capacity. What kind of high storage capacity? This is the main feature of the computer. Like some of the units are there: KB, MB, GB, TB, etc. KB, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and terabyte. These are the memory units. Nowadays we generally frequently use GB. 1 GB, 2 GB, 3 GB, likewise. Now the diligence. Diligence, that means a machine which works regularly for long hours or period. For example, many of computer machines working regularly without of any shutdown, like our mobile tower, server, security devices, ATM machines. These are the example of diligencies. That means high hours working. Now versatility. Versatility, that means different use. What? Different use. How to use differently? For example, ATM machine to give the amount money. Doctor use a scanner, X-ray machines, while accountancy bank manager use for collecting the money, and scanner to scan or provide the photocopy, Xerox copy to us. That's a different kind of work is there. Now the power of remembering. Remembering, that means when we done any of work, like in our internet, we use many of website earlier in our computer, and we want to use the same again. Then we use what? History option. Then we use what? History option. That means we use the remembering power of the computer. These are the some advantages of computer. Now here we are talking about the disadvantages. Every machine has the advantages as well as the disadvantages. Here Disadvantages. The very first disadvantage is no IQ. IQ, that means computer has its no memory. Memory, as we already saw about storage and memory. For example, we all know that when to learn, when to read, when to write, when to sleep, when to wake up. But computer never take any action without any of instruction. That means it's depend on the user. It's not do any work automatically. Next one is no feelings. Computer has no feeling. For example, if our house is to be burnt, that time computer is not start to run. That means the machine which has a dumb machine, no feelings is there. And the last one is lack of decision making. Computer never take any action by itself. It is decided by the user or the set of instruction. So now we understand working of components. That means we already know that three types of components are there in input devices: processor, memory and software. Now the components, how to work. That working style is called IPO cycle. What is called? IPO cycle. IPO, I for input, P for processing and O for output. So that's why it's called IPO, input processing output cycle. How it works? First, we input any of data with the help of input devices, and it just simply go through CPU for processing. CPU, central processing unit. What is central processing unit? It is responsible to process the data. After that, control unit. Control unit control all the commands, instructions, software, all the things together, even devices also. That's why it's called control unit. After that, internal storage unit. As I already told you that two types of memory are there, RAM and ROM. But here it's used RAM only. RAM, random access memory only, because RAM control the data when up to it's not sent to the secondary memory. For example, we use MS Word. At that time, we typing something on our screen, on our computer. Up to that, whenever we not give the name of that file, up to that it is stored into internal storage unit. That means on RAM. But as we give the file name to that file or to that data, that it move to the secondary memory like hard disk, pen drive, memory card, etc. And third one is ALU, arithmetic logic unit. Arithmetic logic unit, that means all the kind of calculation and logical operation is to be done with the help of ALU. Last one is secondary memory. Secondary memory, as I already told, like hard disk, pen drive, CD, DVD, etc. These are the example of pen drive. Pen drives, DVD, CD, etc. So now, after to the process data here, it converts into output, which shows on the screen or maybe get in a manner of printout, etc. So this is IPO cycle. So now the storage unit, our next point. The storage unit, also called memory unit. There are two parts of storage unit. First one, internal storage. Second one, external storage. What it means? Internal storage, that means which memory consists with computer system itself. That is called internal storage or primary storage. The external memory, that means we put outside from the computer, that is called external storage. How? Primary memory or internal storage. There are two types of memory are there. First one is RAM and another one is ROM. What is RAM? What is ROM? RAM, random access memory. As I told, that random access memory is responsible to hold the data up to when the file is not saved into the external storage or primary memory. So That's why it's called random access memory. What it means? Random access memory means the memory which is versatile. After a certain period of time or after a certain action, the memory has to be changed. There are two types of RAM, static and dynamic. Static RAM take the data for a long period, while dynamic RAM change or refresh again and again. The refresh rate of this type of RAM is very fast. That's why the refresh rate is always enhance the quality or processing style of the system. So there are two types of RAM, static RAM and dynamic RAM. Now we are talking about the ROM. ROM, read-only memory. That means this memory is for the computer purpose only. It's not editable or deleted by the user. That's why when we purchase the computer, some of the things already installed in that system. This is called ROM. Like as we talking about the CU, ALU, all these things, all these instructions already installed on ROM. ROM are of three types. First one is PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. PROM, programmable read-only memory. That means when the computer is to be designed or constructed, that time the particular software engineer installed the data in programmable manner. That's why it's called programmable read-only memory. Now the second one. Some of the system which are very useful for the companies, they use EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. That in some certain action, with certain action, it erased from the system. The last one, EEPROM, electronically erasable programmable read-only memory. In this memory, we erase the whole data. That means we make the system once again as new as well. That is called EEPROM. Now, let's take a glance over our second topic, external storage or secondary memory. What is the external storage or secondary memory? There are different parts which have more area or more consumption area to store our data for a long period of time. They are permanent also. Hard disk, the very first one. Hard disk, sometimes we thought hard disk already installed in computer, then why it is called secondary memory? Because we plug out and use that memory externally also. That's why hard disk. Hard disk memory, it's come with GB and TB, already described, gigabyte and terabyte. CD, nowadays we used to watch a movie or listen to the song with the help of CD driver. We use CD. CD means compact disc. Our standard CD size of the memory is 712 MB. The third one, DVD, digital video disc. Video parlor, music industry nowadays use DVD because it consists more data than in comparison of CD. DVD, area of 4.3 GB. Standard DVD store 4.3 GB data. Full form is digital video disc. Now the next one is pen drive. Very handy. This time we use different companies' pen drive to store and carry the data from with us. And the last one is memory stick, memory card, especially used in our mobile to store the data for a long period. So this is the description of the storage unit, internal and external storage.